Yeah, but the first one also wasn't 2.5 hours fucking long. The second one was, but not the first one.
And see, I didn't mind that 2.5 hours the first time I seen it.
Jesus.
Oh, I'm doing the double feature.
Now it's like, God damn, like,
I'm fucking doing it. They have the double feature here. They have the double fucking feature.
You enjoy the 5 hours that you'll be sitting there on your broken ass.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, enjoy that.
This would be a hemorrhoid pillow with me.
Yeah, you better take the donut.
I got a month still to heal.
If you want to become a member, check out our website at deathcursesociety.com, then click on the membership tab. You can join for the price of a cup of coffee once a month. Let's get in and thank our members. Thanks to our final girls and guys, Christy, C-Phase, Lorena, BD, Alex, and Robert. Our Crazy Ralphs, Bell's Fancy Creations, Dr. Smiley, Raymond, and the whole damn enchilada pod. And, of course, thanks to our camp counselors, Adam, Corey, Christy, Luke, Jimmy, and Rachel, who I had dinner with yesterday. Yay! Stacy, Lynn, Orlando, Chuck, Chick, Patricia, Kristen, and JJ. Well, hell, let's get into it with our first, prearranged topic. Like I mentioned, we were going to interview Stephen Boyle about the movie The Devil Disorder, which drops on Shudder Friday.
Demon Disorder.
The Demon Disorder. Yeah, excuse me. What can, Ziggy, I'll start with you. What can you tell us about the Demon Disorder? Tell us a little bit about the story.
You folks that are into body horror, and I guess there's a thing out there called like birthing, horror birthing, and you're going to be pleased with this. It's fucking, in a word, gross. I mean, and that's for me. I found a couple of the gags like I was kind of like fuck hand to mouth at one point. And I'll talk to Colonel. I can probably you know which one I mean. It was up the early birth, the first one. That's the one that fucking fucked me up.
The start, like literally at the start of the movie.
No, not that one. No. When the demon. It's all right. There's plenty of demons in this. Plenty.
Yeah, plenty.
Yeah.
Like unnecessarily, like an unnecessary amount.
I'm just saying this one scene was vile. I mean, and I wish we had the guy on because he talks about how they did the sound design for this scene, and that was making me fucking puke. So I mean, yeah, I didn't really know what to expect. I knew nothing about it, but it's okay. It's worth a fucking watch, especially if you're like a Cronenbergite. If you're like the Cronenberg stuff, this is for you.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of people compare it to some Cronenberg's early stuff, even.
Ooh, yeah, I'm talking The Brood, Rabid.
Yeah. What about you, Colonel? You got to watch it. What'd you think of it?
I thought it was all right. Kind of like Zag, I went into it with little or no knowledge what it was about. Dude, the special effects, especially the practical effects,
they're good. They're good.
Phenomenal. Just unfortunately for me, that's all the movie really had. I found myself doing this a lot. Oh, sorry, I'm watching a movie. Not necessarily saying it's a bad thing. I know if I was at a theater, I would have paid a little more attention because obviously I'm more aware of the people around me. I'm not an asshole. I'm not getting on my phone. I'm chilling at home. I'm like, well, it took me fucking 5 days to watch this. I better watch it right now. I was not prepared to watch the movie. Let me watch right now. And I was laying in my bed, chilling in the air conditioning, like, okay, like I said, it was okay. Definitely watch it for the special effects. There's even a few good jokes in there. Like I said, I had a hard time kind of following the story, but that's my fault for checking out a little bit. I'll be honest.
I'll back you on this because it gets a little muddled there towards the back.
Yes.
But what we have is a family of 3 brothers, and the opening scene's fucking bizarre. I mean, you just kind of have this guy wakes up. Well, first, like, he sees a guy chained to a bed, and he's kind of running his mouth and talking trash, and then he turns around and grabs this, what looks like to be some kind of monster, you know, real quick, get him to shake, and then this kid wakes up. I mean, he's a teen. Goes out in his barn, and they find there's an inside-out cow has just been born, and it's his brother sitting there, kind of looking at it, and gives him pulls out the gun, you know, to take care of it. So that's where we start. So it's disturbing right out the fucking gate. Did you agree with that, Colonel?
Yeah, and there's a great start to the film. Like I said, it just, and the story's there. I mean, you got the 3 brothers. You get a lot of flashback scenes where the father, was originally the one possessed.
Oops.
Yeah. What? Oops. What? Oops. That's not a huge spoiler, man. That's not a huge spoiler. I didn't spoil anything. Okay, I spoiled a little bit, but not much.
Put it into context. You could tell him his dad has a debilitating brain disease, okay? And this is part of it. And it's kind of the underlying what this is in real life, I think, is this dealing with somebody fading away and you can't do anything about it. But yes, in this case, he's taken on a demon somehow. And the family, they make like a pact or an oath. They don't really tell you what it is, but later on you start to figure out what that oath is, and it's pretty wild.
Okay. Well, I'll probably just go ahead and wait until Friday to watch it. You know.
Yeah. Again, wasn't it worth the hoop jumping? I could have waited. Well, I mean, if I knew how tonight was going to play out, I could have waited to watch that.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. Perfectly fine.
I was pissed a little bit when I saw that email. I was like, fuck! You know,
dude, I'm just happy the guy's working, man. He's consistently working. I'm okay with it, but I had questions.
Well, keep in mind, it's like 10 o'clock in the morning over there. So, you know, they've probably been on set for a few hours already, you know, especially if there's makeup involved.
Yeah.
So
knowing these guys, for sure.
Yeah.
Especially what we saw. And now, Zag, there's only one bit where I saw that was clearly CGI, and I was actually okay with it. And it didn't look the greatest at first. It's like, damn it. It's like literally just a matter of seconds where you can tell it's CGI, then it goes back to practical.
Yeah.
Kudos to them, man, because like the CGI effects were at a fucking minimum.
And they had no money for this, really.
No.
So he used his own resources.
There's cool shit that makes it worth watching. I'll just have to watch it again this weekend.
Well,
on the gas on the story.
I'll be honest, Colonel. I was charmed by the brothers' relationship, especially after the first birth. It turned into Evil Dead or Phantasm for a second when the brothers got the bug and they're all fucking trying to. That's what I felt, man. So I was like, I like this, and I liked the way they interacted. Which he had another great story of directing a guy who's a method actor versus a guy who likes chaos. And it was fucking going to be a great story. I had a whole bunch of shit built around it. God damn it.
So. Save them for a later date and time, my man. Yeah. I don't know. I did think, like I said, I do appreciate the comedy that's in it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a horror comedy fan of the group. And spoiler alert, I'll just say there's something they're chasing around the house with a fucking broom and plastic bag. The whole scene's fucking hilarious because I can't tell you how many times I've seen what are they called? Huntsman spiders in Australia. Those giant fucking spiders they get in their houses. People doing that same shit.
Yeah.
So, it was just funny.
And again, did you feel like I mean, it's not as extreme as Evil Dead 2, obviously, but that same thing when he's kind of chasing the hand around or the little guys, it's like that. It's that kind of funny, you know. So. And then, but there's subtle exchanges they have throughout the movie that I chuckled a few times, man. I was like, that's funny, you know? Mm-hmm. Just some of the responses they had when they were discussing what they had to do. And as the movie progresses, just when you think everything's cool, it's not. And there's a huge twist where I can't say that.
No,
I don't want to ruin that.
no.
No, you can't ruin that.
I can't ruin that,
dude.
All right. If you had to give it just an off the cuff score, Ziggy, what would you give it?
I came out of it with resounding. I went, absolutely. This is a 6. You know, it's a 6. So I mean, it's worth it. Worth seeing. I was entertained, and again, it's Australian, man. So you got to get used to the dialect a little bit, and they say a few things that you're gonna be like, huh? You know, and then but if you think about it, it's fine. But the chemistry between the brothers is pretty fucking good for a low budget horror movie.
All right. All right. How about you, Colonel?
I'm a little more, worldly than Zag, I guess you would say. Just fucking with you. No, the dialogue, yes, you pick up on some, but I've watched enough Australian horror where I kind of understand what they're saying. There's a couple, but real quick. But yeah, I'm with Zag. I give it a 6. And that's even coming from size. I do really like the story. Didn't grab me like it did him, obviously. But man, the practical effects alone is at least 5 points.
Nice.
So
I just think where they end up going with it, I kind of was, you know, again, a kind of a disappointing third act. You know, I mean, there's still eye-popping fucking gore in it, but it's still, you know, the story-wise, it gets a little bit, could have been, you know, a little better. Especially,
go ahead.
Especially if you've seen his 2 shorts, we can talk about those a little bit later. Those are fucking top-notch. They're 2 10-minute shorts, not related, and just to show you what he's into and what he can do, like special effects-wise. Fuck, these are amazing.
Evulsion was great.
Oh my god, man! This is a 10 minutes. I could see them trying to make a movie out of this too. You know what I mean? At some point,
that's a stretch.
You shouldn't, because this is perfect. 10 minutes, perfect.
Yeah, so.
Maybe 30. You can maybe stretch it for 30, but yeah, that's like a Night Swim kind of thing. The short is great.
Oh,
the feature is awful. All right, well, Demon Disorder, Ziggy and Colonel give it a 6. Available on Shudder this Friday. So all you Shudder heads out there, head on over there and check it out. You want to stay on the Evulsion and the Mullet? What was the other one? Mullet Gut.
Yeah.
You want to talk about those two real quick?
Just
I watched both of those.
Yeah. And
Evulsion's great.
Yeah. The other one not as good, but it's an interesting story, man. And
I feel like they didn't end it the way they wanted to.
Probably not.
You know what I mean? Because that ending didn't do anything for me.
Well, you don't need to see
on Mullet Gut.
You would have needed to see the other guy get smacked, I think, or cut, whatever happened to him.
Yeah.
But it's still, it's almost like in that vein of Sleepers. You know what I mean? It's like a catching up with your tormentor 40 years later.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, you know, not to that extreme, of course.
I think Sleepers did it better.
Yeah. I mean, this one, you know, obviously there's probably some inspiration there, I would think.
Yeah, I can see that now that I think about
it. But yeah, it's that kind of revenge thing, but it just goes fucking haywire. I just dig this guy, man. He's a clever dude, and interested in seeing more from Stephen Boyle, I think.
And both of the shorts, at least, kind of led me to think he thought of some kind of effects build that he wanted to do, and then crafted a story around that. Like he almost had to work backwards. Like, you know, I don't want to give too much away, but I want to tear this leg off. You know?
Yeah, definitely watch that one. Yeah, and
then okay, what would be the purpose around that? And then he built a story around going to that. So,
I was completely, what the fuck? You know, when shit started going on, and then another shit starts happening, and you're going, what is this?
Right.
I was like, this is a dream. This has to be a dream.
But, you know, it all kind of makes sense at the end.
Oh, it's great. It's great. You know, when the directors themselves came on, I'm not going to do it just because I'm not. I said this before when we talked about it, when some asshat went on and said, that was, I wasn't mad that so-and-so mentioned that so-and-so was at the end of the movie. He didn't need to do it that way.
Right.
He didn't need to say it that way.
Right.
So it's another fucking attention whore, and yeah.
All right.
I have a question about that, but
go ahead. What do you got?
Because they'll kind of give it away. I think everybody knows at this point, but I'll save it for when I eventually watch stream. I'll answer my own question. It's no big deal.
Oh boy. Tarek says he's doing casting for the DCS movie now.
Oh shit.
Nicolas Cage is Ziggy.
That's a reach.
After that, wow. A minute ago, I gotta say Owen Wilson is Crank.
Oh man.
Even a bigger reach.
Owen Wilson is Crank. I mean, it's gonna work just fine.
Still working on the other two.
What would this movie be about?
Well, Colonel is clearly that
Frost.
one guy.
The dude from
Nick Frost.
Nick Frost.
Brad Pitt, baby, all day.
No.
You guys are spot on, man.
FaZe? Who would FaZe be?
We need to cast FaZe. Let's see here.
Timothy Chalamet.
What the hell? I have to look him up. I'm not sure.
We need that DJ.
DJ Qualls or whatever his name is.
DJ Qualls, from Road Trip, with a mustache. He might be able to do it in a wig. Yeah. I don't know.
Oh Lord. All right.
Bob Odenkirk, fucking Derek. I love that.
Bob Odenkirk is FaZe.
Yeah.
There we go.
I would love that.
That's not bad. All right. Let's hit another topic here. Since we talked about stream for a little bit, and if it is still around in your theater, go see it. If it's not, see it immediately when it comes out on. Whatever streaming service.
This motherfucker pops up on Vudu, man. I'm renting it.
The interest generated will transfer over to them and hopefully get them another film if they need to.
Right. We like to support those guys.
Yeah.
We like to support a lot of different people.
Yeah,
so
we're here for everybody.
It's all open mostly. But let's talk about that Terrifier 3 trailer. That dropped last week, and
you know what?
Everyone's freaking out about it.
I've avoided the teasers. I've avoided this trailer. I made a vow not to watch anything going into Terrifier
that's right.
3, and I've lived up to it. And now I have seen a couple of clips. The people do the screen caps, and I'm scrolling. So I've seen Art in the Santa suit. Fine. I already know it's a Christmas movie. I get that. It's fine. I haven't seen any actual footage, so I don't know.
Okay. Well,
aside from the original teaser trailer that they dropped way back when.
Well, we are going to fucking ruin it and spoil alert for you, Zach.
Yeah, I was trying to scroll up to get to this. Ziggy, this is for you.
All right, watch this.
Why don't you go take a shit?
All right. Colonel, what'd you think of the Terrifier 3 trailer?
It did its job. It has me hyped for it. I mean, I was hyped for it to begin with. But man, there's little Easter eggs in there towards a few other Halloween or holiday themed horror movies.
Yes, it does.
Christmas one was
there's some Black Christmas references all up in this bitch.
I was like, fuck yeah. And like I said, again, not a hater, but not a fan. It's like, fuck, I like that because now I'm going to look forward to more holiday horror themed Easter eggs in this fucking movie. Because we know it's going to be a long one. Not as long as 2, but we still know it's going to be long. I'm pretty sure Damien came out and gave the runtime. It was just shy of 2 hours? Something like that?
I think he said it's going to be shorter than the last one. But I
That's
don't know if
all he
announced
said,
the runtime.
Well, I'm still going to go with the run. Well, you know what?
The last one was 2:18, so it could clock in at 2:15 and be shorter.
I'm going 157. That's what I got going on right now. But I'm going to go with the Regal app.
I'll take the over.
You want to take the over?
I'll take the over on that for sure.
Well, the Regal app right now, you are correct. You won the bet. The Regal app right now says it's a runtime of 2 hours and 5 minutes.
Fuck. All right.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's everything you want in Terrifier, man. You get a little bit of story, what's going on. That I will not say. Just tons of fucking gore, silly clown tricks. It's going to be a Terrifier movie, man. They're not reinventing their own wheel here. Like, they know how their bread is fucking buttered, and they're sticking to it.
Again, I'm not as big on the Art the Clown train as these guys are. It looks fine. The trailer looks fine. I don't. It seems like, and correct me if I'm wrong, Colonel. It seems like there's been a time jump of at least 3 years.
Yeah,
at least 2 years.
No, didn't they say it was like 4 years? We'll say 2 to 4.
Okay.
So I think I remember them specifically saying 4, but my memory's not that fucking great anymore.
So Sienna's in college now, which makes sense. She's in a sorority, which makes all these Black Christmas references great. In fact, there's one fucking shot that looks lifted straight out of It's Me, Billy, dude. Yeah. And I'm looking at, and it's one of the early shots in the trailer. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me right now? So I thought that was pretty weird, but also, nice that it was there. Maybe they're fans of McRae. Who knows? Maybe that was just a little wink and a nod to Dave McRae and Bruce Dale. But there's a couple other things that are Black Christmas related. But Art looks brutal again. He looks funny. He looks surprising. I'm sure there's going to be some jump scares and tons of gore for all you fans out there. So, yeah.
I'm really looking forward to the scene where in the trailer he shows up. He's wearing a Santa mask over his face. Mm-hmm. Like, who's that Santa? He sits down, takes it off, and these kids are running up, Santa. The next, they see him on fucking all nights out of there.
Right. What did he pull out of his bag of tricks that ran all the kids off? Probably somebody's head, honestly.
I'm sure.
Body part of some kind,
You're not going to beat the decapitated candy bowl from 2.
That was pretty good.
I don't think they can beat it. I'll say that. I'll have to wait till October 11th to find out, or 12th. I'm going fucking opening night, dude. I'm not waiting. I'm going on a fucking Thursday.
If I'm not working, which I am normally Thursdays now, I'll probably have to go see it on a Friday. So I won't make it opening day. But let's bring Ziggy back in. I think we can bring him back in now.
I'm going to spoil the fuck out of him as soon as he put.
Come on.
So anyway.
No, what's funny is the selfie guy from 2.
Yeah.
Rick.
Yeah.
He was like, no, man. And the teaser's like, go ahead and watch it, dude. Go on, watch it. You know what you do? Come on, watch it. He was all hyping me all up like he did at the fucking show that one time, man.
He's nuts, man. I love him. All right. Grizzly says, the thing with Terrifier is you know what you were getting. Light story, huge amounts of blood, and original kills. All right.
But the second one laid out all this story and lore and a sword and medieval times almost. It was we got to see 3 before we really know what the fuck we're getting. I totally agree. Part 1 has no plot. It doesn't need one. The spectacle is enough.
No, we kind of need a plot, man. I'll disagree with you on that one.
Yes, we need a fucking plot.
I still like it, though.
I'm still going to like it, too, but I still want a fucking plot by now. I want some answers.
Now, yes, but I mean, that first one is fine the way it is.
I agree. I mean, it's still no story in it, but it didn't affect I still loved it.
Yeah, but the first one also wasn't 2.5 hours fucking long. The second one was, but not the first one.
And see, I didn't mind that 2.5 hours the first time I seen it.
Oh, I'm doing the double feature.
Now it's like, God damn, like
I'm fucking doing it.
I did.
The double feature here. They have the double fucking feature.
You enjoy the 5 hours that you'll be sitting there on your broken ass.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, enjoy that.
This would be a hemorrhoid pillow with me.
Yeah, something. you better take the donut.
I got a month still to heal.
You better take.
I hope he takes a donut and there's a fucking staple sticking out just enough in his seat where it pops it. He just slowly deflates.
Oh, good Lord. I threw this in here. I don't know if you guys have even seen it, but I threw this in here as a topic. Did any of you guys watch the Apartment 7A trailer?
I did because you told us to, and I'm like, wow. Like,
for those that don't know, Apartment 7A is a prequel to coming out on Paramount Plus September 27th, I believe. That is a prequel to Rosemary's Baby, and this stars Julia Garner in a completely new role, not Rosemary, obviously, but it does connect to the older couple somehow that's in Rosemary's Baby. So, Colonel, since you saw the trailer, what did you think?
I think it's probably the third movie this year about the Antichrist being born. Yay! But I did get a good laugh when they kept showing her break her ankle over and over and over again. I was like, I felt that pain. If you guys ever rolled your ankle playing basketball or something, that shit fucking hurts.
Great thing.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, here we go. I'm like, yeah, I can get what the fuck ever. I've already seen this movie 3 times this year, which I finally did watch Immaculate. That was pretty good.
Immaculate's not bad. First Omen's pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
Ziggy, did you see this trailer?
Do we really need a prequel to Rosemary's Baby?
But that's the thing now. Everything's getting a fucking prequel.
Yeah.
That's the...
Didn't even need a prequel to The Omen. Like, it was clear as fucking day in the original.
We didn't need it. It worked. But we didn't need it.
It did work. I will give it credit. That was better than I ever thought it was going to fucking be.
Yeah. I would say that one's better than the fourth one. The fourth Omen, for sure.
Yeah.
It may be better than 3.
Get the fuck out of here. No.
3 I kind of like. 3 I kind of like. Final Conflict, I kind of like. But
I mean, I just don't see how they're going to flesh this out into anything that interesting. You know what I mean? We know where it ends up.
Of course.
But I think I don't know. There's almost a part of me, as a writer, there's a part of me that feels like writers think they're way too clever if they can write a prequel that ends like right as the original movie is starting or something like that. And if they can make it actually connect well and work, then, they're too busy patting themselves on the back and, knocking one out in their, dirty sock drawer. Then that's it. But does it matter to the fans of the actual original a lot of times? No.
No. And usually we end up with the same result.
You're on the buttons tonight.
Is that it's on Paramount Plus. It's direct to streaming.
Yeah.
I'd rather pay the $7 a month I'm paying for Paramount than going to the theater for this. Like, I'm okay with it. Same thing with Salem's Lot. At least it's coming straight to streaming.
October, officially announced.
What?
Salem's Lot.
Oh, yeah. On Max. Yeah.
Yep, on Max.
About damn time.
It's about damn time. Let's get it over with. You know what? At this point, you deserve what's coming if it's bad. You deserve it. And we're going to give it to you. We're going to straighten you out.
I'm more confident that you're going to have a massive fucking rant about it than that movie being good. So that's kind of what I'm hoping for. I hope it's a complete and utter piece of shit so you can lose your mind.
Either way, you guys win, because if it's good, and we're going to really blow it up for you. But I mean, yeah, a rant I think would be much more entertaining. But man, I don't know how many more of these I can take a year. You know what I mean? We've kind of had a few fucking rants between the three of us already this year. I mean, they're pissing us off. What are we supposed to do here? And I love Salem's Lot. You know this. So
here we go.
You guys got me all spooked now. I think it's going to be the latter.
Right. See, Tarek even says, if I was on this show, that would be my 10-minute rant. I'm sick of fucking prequels. And Grizzly says, do we really need a prequel to a 40-plus-year-old movie? No. Did we need a prequel to The Omen that's also 40-plus years old? No.
Has any of this shit worked ever? A legacy prequel?
Again, I would say with the first Omen, it worked because I thought that was a decent movie.
That's a decent movie.
The first Omen.
It's not great, but it's a decent movie. It was a good watch.
But, we've got, and we're going to talk about this here in a minute, but we got the Crystal Lake prequel series that's in the works. Got a new showrunner. We're going to chat a little bit about that. We've got, heaven forbid, they brought up a Halloween prequel series a week or so ago that made all of us just fucking wince and cringe.
Yeah.
Everyone's always talked about, we need a Nightmare on Elm Street. We need a Freddy Krueger origin story. That's all they're talking about with that. And that's probably what's going to happen when they ever do reboot that series, which they will. They fucking will. There we go. Thank you for somebody. Patricia says Bates Motel was pretty damn amazing. Now that's a series, so that I agree that works a little bit, it works better.
Yeah, they had room to flex for that one, man. That was high quality.
And I was looking at that going into it like this. There's no way this can fucking be good. Why is anyone even thinking about doing this? Oh, okay, yeah, it works, and it works really fucking well.
Yeah.
It's actually excellent.
It's disturbing and grounded in that time, so it's even more disturbing.
I'd even go so far as to say the Hannibal series works.
Yeah.
In reference to, Manhunter and Silence. So.
Huh.
Well.
Okay, so there's a couple of sparse and few and far betweens, but it does happen. I doubt this will be one of them, but we're fucking stuck watching it.
Ooh, I got to mention Twin Peaks: Fire Walk with Me. That was a good prequel. No, take that back. Take that fucking back. Go fuck yourself with that. No.
Colonel, what'd you think of Twin Peaks Fire?
Dude, Twin Peaks, that's the best melatonin I've ever experienced my entire life. Man, I can't sleep. I turn on Twin Peaks.
God damn.
You know what? Go
Brutal.
fuck both of y'all's.
Yeah.
And let's go to some more comments.
Hey, I was being a good friend. I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'll watch Twin Peaks with you. I tried. It was a Sunday night after a con, man. I was out.
I was driving home that night.
We were all wiped. So, let's see here. What is this? All right, there we go. Yeah, Marcus adds another thing in here. He says, I think we were talking about the scripts earlier. Says, I agree, and sometimes it's the ones green lighting who forces the writers to make the scripts according to the producer's vision, who has no clue of writing a good story.
If we ever are making a movie and we've got some corporate money and some bean counter comes in and tries to tell me how to make the movie, they become one of the victims on the spot.
That's cool because you'll become a victim the next day and they'll bring someone else in and direct the fucking movie.
Very true.
Yeah.
That's why we got to just do it ourselves.
You're replaceable, sir. That's another thing. We've talked about. Oh shit! Where'd our thing go? We're missing
the graphics. There it is. Yep. Sorry, Morgan. September 27 to the 29.
That's another thing. All these movies that are getting sequels or getting prequels and everything, at least in some respects, they're being showrun or being planned by some fans. Now, those fans have to answer to the corporate entity that has hired them. We understand that. But, like, when Brian Fuller was attached to Crystal Lake, I was on fucking board. But now fuck. Let's just get into it.
Hey, here we go.
God damn it.
Oh, he looks like a fucking killer, doesn't he?
Brad Caleb Kane is the new showrunner for Crystal Lake. Now,
I'm sorry, Crank.
I'll allow it. I don't know this guy. All I know really about his resume is he's also the showrunner or co-showrunner for Welcome to Derry, the It prequel series. And he also had something to do with the Buffy the Vampire series back in the day. Besides that, I really don't know anything about him. The Buffy thing gives me pause.
Well, being a grip on the Buffy series, that's nothing, I mean, if that's,
he was just a grip?
I don't know. He looks like he was pretty young back then, so I'm just saying, here's the thing. I joke, I kid, but I mean, what I did read about this guy is at least he's seen the movies and he's a fan. I'll okay, because that's better than some of the directors that have done fucking movies for this series. So,
all right. Yeah, because what was it? Was it Freddy versus Jason? The guy was like, I've never seen any of these franchise. Ronnie Hu?
I've never seen a Friday the 13th movie.
So I'm going to make something completely new. No, you didn't. And
it's fire versus water.
But see, right? God damn it! No, don't get me started, motherfucker. But here's one thing I don't understand. I don't care how corporate or tied up in all this legal bullshit that you are. If you have the rights to a franchise and you want to get a movie made, why aren't you talking to some of the fans? It's not hard to find fans that are out there that are talented enough that may have done some previous fan films.
So here it is, man. And Tara could back me on this. I feel like a lot of these bean counters that get into this part of it and still think they have some kind of creative input are like the sales reps of things. They used to sell cars or fucking something like this, right? They're heartless. Okay. They will they have no heart. So how could they have any kind of creative output when you have no heart? You ascended up. You're an asshole personality. You have to enforce your fucking opinion on people everywhere you go. I know these types, and they're getting into the wrong jobs. That's fucking clogging it like a fucking backed up fucking intestine that not enough X-Lax will get the clog out of the way. These fuckers got to go, man. They're fucking it all up. If we get rid of the fucking bean counters in the way of the creative, we're going to see a glut of great fucking movies. And that's the end of my fucking rant on that.
Okay, well, let me jump on that, because if I was a rights holder, let's say, I don't know, I'll just throw a franchise out there. Say I had the sole rights to Friday the 13th, and I was ready to move forward with a fucking Friday the 13th movie. Whether it be a sequel, prequel, whatever, I don't know. Where am I going to put my $6 million? Let me look around. Oh, what's this guy? Womp Stomp Films, Vincent DeSanti. Look what he did with $50,000. I wouldn't even have to spend the $6 million that I had budgeted for the fucking film. I could spend $1 million with him and then put $5 million into marketing and probably have a great story.
He's definitely one that could. I would
using that
readily
name,
hand it over. Readily, without hesitation, would hand it over to them.
And I'm just randomly throwing that name out there. It has nothing to do with any of the other topics that we've talked about previously in the night.
Really? Oh, Christ. I tried to breeze right over it, and there we go. Crank comes in with a leaf blower.
Damn, Crank. Fucking bad. As soon as we're done beating that horse, we walk away. Crank back with the stick, get one good whack.
Yeah. He's over here with a fucking car battery trying to reignite him, reanimate his ass.
Hey, poke him just a little bit more. Maybe he's awake. No. Anyway.
We are supposed to compare.
No. But doesn't that make a whole lot of fucking sense?
It makes too much sense. That's the fucking problem.
We all know, and anybody in this that's wanting a Good Friday movie still, because a lot of people have given up. They don't care anymore. They outgrew it, whatever. I think the true Friday fans, I'm not going to say cultish, but I mean, we're loyal to it. And I understand people not giving a fuck about it, but still, if you're going to do it, you know what I mean? Make it work. It will fucking work. You'll get plenty. You'll get everything back and more if you just do it the right way and get the right people behind it.
Dude, let's be honest. You don't even have to do it the right way right now.
No.
All you got to do is put a new Friday 13th film. You're making fucking money.
Anybody. You're right. You're right. You're right.
No. Yeah. Where was it? Grizzly said something like, if you own it, you also have an obligation to do it well. No, not really. I mean,
you would think.
The last couple of Fridays were pretty off kilter. Whoever owns Nightmare on Elm Street really fucked up the remake.
New Line.
You know,
Yep.
It's fucking New Line, man.
15 years ago.
Hey, it's so weird though. There's a lot of people involved with that one that were kind of connected to the original stuff that was pretty good. And I don't know, man. They all maybe they were just getting a check just for, for that. You know,
John Carpenter was attached to the latest Halloween trilogy, and we all know where that went. But he doesn't give a fuck because the check cleared.
That's right. And the soundtrack and the score was fucking awesome.
At least, yeah.
The score was good.
At least he said, though, I'm just kind of advising, you know. I'm advising, you know, and like he's involved in that video game. He said, we're going to do this right. I respect that, man.
A lot of respect. Well, he's a fucking gamer, dude. He better.
Yeah. Going back just a little bit, Joshua says, what about the Thing prequel? Honestly, not bad, just terrible CGI.
And especially when you see the practical stuff they had ready to go without any enhancements on it, looked fucking like, what the fuck is that? Right. I mean, it's the shit that would make you pull your legs off the floor. But, oh no, let's do the CGI because, you know, some dickhead came in with the great idea. He had to be the hero, and he fucked it up. He made it a good movie, an average movie.
I don't mind the occasional prequel if, you know, it's written right. But it seems like right now, one prequel in the last few years, not before the first Omen even, but we can use that as a kickoff point if we need to. But one prequel did things semi-correctly and well, and it was received well. And now everybody has to follow that fucking train right off, like the lemmings, just right off the cliff. Yeah. You know, all of them.
Let me ask you this. Everybody, all three of you guys, all four of us. Let's do, what's one prequel you think you would want to see? Real quick. Phase.
Oh, real quick. Jesus.
I'll start then. All right, I'll start since I've got a couple here while you guys think real quick. I would do Beyond the Mask, Leslie Vernon. There's a whole comic book series about how he became Leslie Vernon. I would love to see this movie. The other one is One Dark Night and Raymar becoming Raymar. Hey, there you go. I'm just saying. Colonel.
Just because you're making me do this real quick, I'm going to go with the Monster Squad. I want to see Van Helsing's story from the 100 years prior to the original.
That'd be pretty cool, I think. That way, in that world, you know?
Take the fun kids out of it. Just Van Helsing. Let's see it.
Phase?
Go to Crank real quick. I'm still thinking. Unless he's still thinking, because I don't know, man.
Lightning fast, folks. Lightning fast out here. On our feet.
I actually, and we've talked about this before, I actually think it's time for a Nightmare on Elm Street remake and set up that story. But answer the fucking question. Was he a child molester or was he just a child killer? Because that's what I want to know. So, and set that story up and then lead, like half of it could be, you know, the child killing, and then half of it can be after he's been executed and he's starting to haunt.
Oh, that'd be cool if he was just kind of make it like the Crow in hell. It was like some demon going, okay, this is how you... Here's the textbook on nightmare invasion and teleportation.
No, not like that. Not like the Beetlejuice things, you know, Handbook of the Living Dead or whatever.
It'd probably be more like Deadpool. Just you get tortured so fucking bad. That's what fucking he became. Just morphed into this fucking like Jesus Christ. Just a fucking the essence of fucking torture, you know, and fear.
Well, see, I don't think. See, Alex says Freddy was both. I don't know. I think in the original series,
it's implied
that was taken out, though. That was taken out of the script and out of the film. I think Craven wanted it originally, but realized, maybe that's a little bit too much.
He was a diddler.
I don't think he was in the first one. You got him that time. I don't think he was in the first one. Now in the remake, absolutely was, but I don't know. I think he was just a killer.
If we do a quality version of an Elm Street prequel, it'll be good. It'll really be good. It really would. You gotta go deep, man. Go like Psycho. Go deep.
And they're holding on to those rights like fucking mad too. So we're not going to see anything from them.
Take your boiler room dollars and go fuck yourself, New Line Cinema. God damn it, man! You fucking idiots. It's another bucks.
Dude, they're making so much money off the Conjuring universe. They don't give a fuck about Nightmare anymore.
I understand, but you know what? Just a couple of bucks more, and it's probably all kinds of shit. People going, hey, listen, we got this great script. Do it for $1 million, and no, it's gonna cost you $47 million for the rights. So,
right. Well, shit. The Exorcist rights were like what, $200 million?
Yeah, more.
You know, to get the rights to do a trilogy, which, oops, you know, who knows if that's going to happen anymore. They may get 3 movies, but it may be like 3 completely different timelines branching off the original. We know it's at least going to be 2.
Yeah.
So, anything positive to say about Brad Caleb Kane in Crystal Lake? I'm happy it's being made.
Yeah.
Other than that,
that's about it. I don't know enough about the guy to say anything. I'm just like,
he saw the movies. He's a fan.
Bronson also wants to know, are you guys excited for Beetlejuice? Well, Bronson, stay tuned because next week, that's what we're talking about. We're going to be reviewing Beetlejuice. I am. I think this is going to be good. I could be wrong, but I think it's going to be good.
I haven't seen the original in a long time, so it'll be nice to sit and watch that again and then go see it this week. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
I am not. I'll be completely honest.
You're not a fan of the first one, though, are you?
I am a fan of Beetlejuice, and I was also a fan of the animated series. I loved Beetlejuice when I was a kid. It's not something that my love has stayed consistent for because I rewatched it again a few months ago with Sarge. Like I said, I'm trying to get her into horror somehow. So I'm going too extreme, and I was like, it's a fun movie. But let's be honest. When's the last time Tim Burton put out a good movie? That's what I'm worried about. I'm keeping my hopes very fucking low and hoping I'm pleasantly surprised.
I think because this is kind of going back to his early years, I think it'll be better than some of his later films. Just because it's kind of his old stomping grounds and he gets to... I mean, I don't think there's ever really been a producer that said, no, you can't do that to Tim Burton. So what's going to stop him? There's nothing. I think it'll be all right.
I think he's got the cast to make a good movie. So,
yeah.
Well, it's everybody. I mean, it's people he's worked with before. He's familiar with them all. I don't know, man. It's just even Beetlejuice is dead. I understand people age, but you can see how much Michael Keaton has aged even through the makeup.
Maybe they should have.
I think the movie's going to be good enough where I'm not going to pay attention to that like I do in the trailers. But it's just, I don't know. Like I said, Tim Burton just hasn't put out anything good in a while, dude. At least movie-wise, he hasn't.
No, you're not wrong there. We'll see. I think it'll be all right.
We'll let you know here in 1 week.
We'll let you know here next week. All right. One last time, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We've got to thank our members. Thanks to our final girls and guys, Christy, C-Phase, Lorena, BD, Alex, and Robert. Our Crazy Ralphs, Bell's Fancy Creations, Dr. Smiley, Raymond, and the whole damn enchilada pod. And then, of course, to our camp counselors, Adam, Corey, Christy, Luke, Jimmy and Rachel, Stacy Lynn, Orlando, Chuck Schick, Patricia, Kristen, and JJ.